For me and my family, peace is always an option. But today, choose violence. Now in a can.
Do you have any information on what they stole?
I don't know. But as long as they don't touch the peanut butter, because I did stuff to it.
Look at you being all awake and stuff. You're reading words, and you probably aren't even stabbing anybody right now. You deserve a coffee, you little ray of sunshine.
Hey folks, Mike Barron here. Every time we do a crowdfunder, we place it on Fund My Comic. Because Luke Stone is a great guy, he's a stand-up guy, and most importantly, Fund My Comic is very comic creator friendly. They won't kick you off if some purple-haired freak writes in and tells them to kick you off. His fees are also very low. I recommend Fund My Comic for any comic or graphic novel projects you intend to do.
Hello. Solo bacon today, which is fine. All things are good. Welcome to this beautiful, beautiful Thursday morning. Weather's great here in southern Indiana. We're looking at about 76 degrees today, at least right now, which is not bad at all. So yeah, we've got some things to cover today over the the news. Thank you so much for joining me today. It is going to be a good day to talk about comic books. So here we are. Without further ado, let me show a couple of let me get you this here. hopefully you've got your coffee and you are sitting back ready to chill out a little bit and learn about some of the upcoming events throughout comics and some of the things that are going on in the comic book news today. If you are not, that's fine. Hopefully you're listening while you're working and enjoying your day. I'm going to sip on this coffee. Good stuff. See that? That's Darth Tantrum there on my mug. Guys, I know some of you guys have really been looking forward to this one. This was Midnight Marvel. It's coming out. Midnight X-Men, Midnight Fantastic Four, Midnight Spider-Man are all having some previews today. So this is the Midnight Fantastic Four #1, Spider-Man #1, and X-Men #1 variant covers. Marvel Comics' new Midnight line is breaking all the rules. From cloaked covers to a dedicated same-day release, the line's bold storytelling is matched by innovative publishing. Again, they really should have an editor over here at ICV2, especially for Dennis. Listen to this. This is the Department of Redundancy Department. The line's bold storytelling is matched by innovative publishing innovatives designed to spark excitement for comic shops and fans. Marvel Comics has unveiled new variant covers from the debut issue, Midnight Spider-Man #1 by Philip Kennedy Johnson and Cy Trunk. Midnight Fantastic Four #1 by Benjamin Percy and Kev Walker, and Midnight X-Men #1 by Jonathan Hickman and Matteo Delafonte, and has announced an all-new ongoing variant cover programs for the 3 titles. While the stories found inside the Midnight series may be unpredictable, it'll be easier than ever before for fans to pick out the cover of their choice, starting with issue #1. Each Midnight series will feature recurring themes across covers labeled A through E, bringing greater accessibility and consistency to the variant cover collecting experience. That's what we're missing, right, guys? Variant cover collecting experience. This new program allows readers to choose their favorite and ensures that their local comic shop knows exactly what they'll want every month without question. Additional variant covers will also be available on issues outside of the ongoing variant cover programs. The themes for A through E covers. Here you go. A, regular. The main series cover presents with the Cloak Midnight trade dress, blood-soaked cover showcasing the terror, the Midnight Universe. Cover B is Midnight Bloodbath variant. Cover C is the Midnight Special variant. Spotlights cover showcases Midnight reimaginings of Marvel heroes, new and old. Cover D, Midnight Horror homage variant. Chilling covers inspired by iconic horror images. Cover E, Midnight Gallery variant. Prestige painted covers of the haunting Midnight Universe. In this new creator-driven line, some of Marvel's most acclaimed modern talent are given free rein to take the world's greatest heroes through chilling transformations with boundaryless storytelling, shocking twist, and rich interconnected lore. The Midnight Universe is perfect for both new readers and longtime fans to enjoy. In Midnight Fantastic Four #1, the Benjamin Percy and Kev Walker, a scientist's curiosity accidentally unleashes ancient terrors upon the world, while also transforming himself and 3 others in strange and horrifying ways. There you go. And Midnight Spider-Man #1 by Philip Kennedy Johnson and Cy Trunk, Spider-Man discovers that with great power comes something monstrous. So I'm kind of into like true crime stuff and documentaries about serial killers. I know it's weird, but I think Spidey as like a serial killer would be like super, super creepy. Like that would be probably the best use of that character in this sense. Thank you, Dr. Mask, for the $4 super chat. You know what that means. Thank you for flipping us the bird today. morning to you. It is so nice to have you in the chat today. I know we're kind of low on guests. We're supposed to have a couple. Maybe someone fell asleep. Randy is homesick today. We're home every day, but he's homesick today. So let's keep Randy in our prayers as we are going through the news today, talking about comics. And feel free to make all the comments that you would like today, and I'll try to keep up with those as we go through these articles. Midnight X-Men #1 by Jonathan Hickman and Matteo Delafonte. The X-Men's battle is no longer one of acceptance, but of survival and blood. I don't know. I'm kind of digging that Nightcrawler variant there. Let's go see the full-size images. 10 images for us to view. Ooh, it's Fantastic Four. Very nice. Horrific. I find horror is one of those interesting genres, especially like body horror. Like when you're trying to draw those things, it's very interesting. I just don't know how you're going to make Invisible Woman scary. Just don't get that one. There we go, another preview. Spider-Man. This cover is really nice. I like that one. Interesting take on the character for sure. We go with the bearded Scott Summers melting someone's face off. Again, some of these characters I just don't see how they're going to do the horror thing. I don't see how it's going to be scary, but there we are. There we have it. So if you're looking forward to the Midnight series, you're going to have a lot of variants to collect and to choose from. So best of luck getting all those. Midnight Sins line. I'm not sure that I'm familiar with that, but I'm not familiar with a lot of things. All right, over here we've got some new news here. DC extends the Absolute Green Arrow to 12 issues. If we're going to talk about the Midnight series, we have to talk about the Absolute series, which is really kind of what Marvel is doing their best to keep up with. DC was going to go the way, at least the publishing side, was going to go the way of the Dodo Bird, as far as some people are reporting. The Dodo Bird, duh. Some people were going to go, that they thought it was going to go away, that it just wasn't being profitable, and so they were going to use the characters for licensing, and did much better for video games, regular games, card games, and movies. So they were going to license the characters. But with the introduction of the Absolute series, publishing has kicked up, and it is going to, and they are going to keep that around for a while. Now, rumors have it that by 2030, Marvel publishing is done, unless things turn around. And so some people might think what's being said is that that this new Midnight series is to try to replicate, or at least chase the coattails of the success that the Absolute series is having in DC. So here's the news on this one. As of July 16th at 8:54 a.m., it was reported that DC Comics has extended the run of Absolute Green Arrow to 12 issues from the 6 that were originally planned. Writer Pornsak Pitchett, I think I pronounced that right, announced on Instagram. Raphael Albuquerque is the artist for the series. Absolute Green Arrow #1, which debuted in May, took the #2 spot in both units and dollar sales in comic shops, according to the combined Comic Hub and Comic Shop Assistant data. It's topped only by Absolute Batman #20. Absolute Green Arrow #2 placed in the top 5 on both charts in June. I wasn't prepared to believe this book would even exist, because back when I was a DC Comics employee, the company felt nowhere near bold enough to publish something like this, Pintershot wrote in the Instagram post, crediting series architect Scott Snyder and the DC editors for the success of the series. DC announced Absolute Green Arrow at Comics Pro in February of 2026. The series is a slasher horror story that spins out of Absolute Evil #1 and follows Dinah Lance as she tracks a serial killer who leaves green arrows in the bodies of his victims. You know what? I might actually need to start reading that one. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Also, new news, Marvel, something's going on over there, some shakeup, if you will. New editor-in-chief at Marvel, moving to Burbank, of all places. House of Ideas joins Mouse House in California. Marvel Comics editor-in-chief C.B. Cebulski will take a new role as the new Marvel management brings in a new editor-in-chief, and the company's offices are moving to Burbank, according to a pair of announcements today. The new editor-in-chief is Stephen Wacker, who spent over 20 years at DC Comics and Marvel in editor and management roles. In editor and senior editor roles during his 15 years at Marvel, ending in 2022, Wacker oversaw the Brand New Day and Superior Spider-Man eras of Amazing Spider-Man and Eisner Award-winning Daredevil and Hawkeye series, the relaunch of Captain Marvel, and the introduction of Kamala Khan, aka Miss Marvel. Wacker also spent time working in other media at Marvel, including VP stints in television and new media, creative development, and digital media. In those roles, he co-produced the Rocket and Groot animated series and served as co-exec producer of the Avengers Assemble, Ultimate Spider-Man, and Guardians of the Galaxy animated series. Wacker also spent over 2 years as head of content, digital media from 2019 to 2022. Executive producing the Wastelanders audio series, he also oversaw the Marvel Infinity comic series, It's Jeff. Nice. Since leaving Marvel in 2022, Wacker served as editor-in-chief for Jonathan Hickman's 3W3M and co-founded entertainment studio Stone Kite. In May, Marvel announced that longtime Marvel Comics head Dan Buckley would be moving on next year after a transition period and would be replaced by Brad Winderbaum as head of Marvel Television, Animation, Comics, and Franchise, and David Abdo as General Manager, Comics and Franchise. Winderbaum lauded Wacker's credentials for his new role. He is a tremendous editor, a passionate advocate for creators, and someone who deeply understands that Marvel Comics is the source code of our entire enterprise. With a publishing resume that includes some of our most beloved modern runs, he said in a statement accompanying the announcement. Cebulski, who served as editor-in-chief since he replaced Axel Alonso in 2017, had the third longest tenure of any Marvel editor-in-chief. He will be moving to Japan to become editor Asia Originals for Marvel. This announcement is undoubtedly connected to the announcement by Shueisha that its contract for manga featuring Marvel characters is ending September 30, as reported by Anime News Network. In that role, he will report to Wacker. Winderbaum had kind words for Cebulski. Few editors have had as long and accomplished a career as CB, he said. I'm grateful for his partnership over the past decade and thrilled that he'll be on the ground in Japan, connecting with local artists and overseeing Marvel's original graphic fiction and manga in the region. The editor-in-chief change comes after a couple of years of flagging fortunes for Marvel editorial, which has seen its top position as comic publisher taken over by DC. Given Wacker's experience in digital comics, television, and audio content, the move reflects a growing emphasis on a broader range of storytelling media as the core of Marvel's intellectual property. As part of that growing expansion and integration of other media into Marvel, the publishing company will be moving its offices to Burbank, California, the home of corporate parent Disney and Marvel Studios, according to The Hollywood Reporter. Marvel's New York employees were informed at a town hall meeting today at the New York offices. The comics and franchise team in New York, just over 100 people, are being offered a relocation to California, which is scheduled to be complete by July of 2027. DC Comics announced a move from New York to Burbank in 2013 and completed it in 2015. About half of its employees ended up making the move. Yeah, here we go. Imagine that. You're working at Marvel. You think there's some stability, and next thing you know, you're moving to Burbank, baby. Moving to Burbank. Greg Pak takes over on Thundercats with a new story arc. The first issue ushers in a new character. Please be sure to check out the article written over here on ICB2.com by Bridget Alverson. Dynamite Entertainment has announced that Greg Pak will be the new writer for Thundercats as the series enters a new story arc and introduces a new character. Pak will take over as the lead writer on Thundercats, working with artist David Cousins to usher in a new era and launch a new character. The Thundercats are sharing Third Earth with the Silverhawks and other societies when a meteor brings instability and a new character. The Feral King arises. The first issue will have covers by Cousins, Mark Spears, Daniela Salini, Stephen Byrne, and Seth Demuse. And blind bags will also be part of the program. We all love blind bags, don't we? I've been hungry to dig into a story like this for years, Pak said, in a statement accompanying the announcement. Anything can happen on Third Earth. And if you've ever watched the original Thundercats cartoon, you know that anything and everything did. There's a huge element of surprise and wildness to this particular mix of science fiction and fantasy, and we're taking it as far as we can. I'm also thrilled to be working on a story that feels deeply relevant about heroes slamming up against the limits of monarchy and teetering between triumph and catastrophe. I wanted to emphasize the cat. I'm sorry. Catastrophe. As they struggle to become a free people. Huge fun, massive action, big emotions, and searing relevance. You want this book. You know what? It almost sounds like some activist stuff going on in there. I might give it 1 or 2 issues of a try. But honestly, guys, it's not really sounding like it's for me. Let's take a look at some of the images here. Here's a gallery. 5 of them. This is Pak and Cousins. That's weird. That looks kind of CG-ish. Like maybe photobashed or AI in a bit. Not loving it. Not my best. Kind of cool. I like the rendering. Not much to say about that one. I do kind of dig that one. This reminds me of an artist friend that I once had. What was his name? It'll come to me later. Well, moving on, here we go. Zenescope adds Lunar. You guys go. I know distribution is always a big deal for all of us, especially here in the indie world. But there are some moves being made within the world of publishing. Looks like Zenescope Entertainment has added Lunar distribution for distribution to direct market stores joining Universal Distribution, which expanded its territory for Zenescope to include the U.S. early this year. New releases will be available through Lunar beginning in October. Lunar will begin offering Zenescope backlist titles this summer. Zenescope has had a troubled distribution path for its titles since it cut ties with the bankrupt Diamond Comic distributors in June of 2025. Oh, it's sad. Tried self-distribution in Filbo before making the move to Universal. Zenescope remains in a dispute with Diamond over inventory Diamond is attempting to seize and sell. It's interesting to hear Filbo listed on there. We know that guy. We know that. I know him. Yes, welcome, RJ. Good to have you. Yeah, we're having a little nerd bacon. A little solo bacon today. You know, bacon is fun with friends, but sometimes it's fun by yourself too. Guys, let me know what you're doing down in the comments. What's your day hold? What are you up to today? Me, I'm just reading the news like I normally would do. Here's what's funny. So I like to just kind of read the articles or listen to different podcast about these things. And so this morning is just kind of what I would normally do. Drink some coffee, catch up on what's going on in the world. Now, I am ADHD. So what happens with ADHD people? We have one for caffeination and one for refreshment. So it's something that's common, I guess. My daughter informed me about it because she noticed me walking around with 2 drinks all the time. I'm like, well, I need this one for caffeine and I need this one for fun. RJ says he is just eating some breakfast and hustling in the real estate market. Then back to the fire station later this week. You know, real estate's one of those things that is it is a solid way of making a living, making an income. Actually, you know, I'm leaving the nonprofit that I was with. Man, what's going on with my hair? That's fun. Should have combed it this morning. Just ran my fingers through it. So, real estate. So as you know, I've been working for a nonprofit for a little over a year. Well, I'm leaving that position, and I've got 2 jobs interviews lined up. One tomorrow and one coming up next Wednesday. And these jobs could not be any more different. One of them is selling life insurance, which I guess works out well for a pastor. You know, I'm good at dealing with people in the end of life situation. You know, done many funerals and memorials and things like that, including my own father's. So, you know, that would be, you know, people have said I'd be good at working in that industry. So, interviewing with that. And then the other one is an events director position at a campground, like a park. It's not quite a state park, it's a county park, so it's still government, but it's kind of a smaller park. Beautiful lake over there with a golf course and mini golf and frisbee golf. A lot of golfers there, I guess. But it's got year-round camping. It's got some people that have like kind of permanent, like annual spots where they set up. But it's got a beautiful stage right, like the backdrop is this gorgeous lake. And so they're looking for an event coordinator. And, you know, that just seems real fun. So 2 jobs, completely different, really in all, just really, really different kind of things. But I'm there with you. I'm in the hustle. And then drawing, I'm, you know, going to be picking that up more and doing more of that here as we move forward. So I eventually want to get RJ's book done. I've got another book that I've got to get knocked out. 2 more that I've got to get knocked out. But then I need to start drawing some hybrid stuff. And before the end of the show, we're going to show off a little bit of the work that we've been doing on Call Sign Orion with RJ Williams. So guys will check that out. Also, the editor on that one is Mike Barron. Mike Barron, friend of the show. Yep. Well, back to the news, guys. Back to the news. Let's check this out. Zenoscope has had trouble with distribution. Zenoscope remains in a dispute with Diamond. We've read all that already. All right, Batman Part 2, guys. Let's kind of dive into some of the comic book world and in the mainstream and kind of the entertainment world. So Super Mario Galaxy hits $1 billion. The Batman Part 2 is delayed again. Lord of the Rings, The Hunt for Gollum begins production. Danny McBride takes on G.I. Joe, Nova movie, and Blue Beetle returns. So here we go. Where there is smoke, there is usually fire. In this case, the fire is the Hollywood news. Time for a roundup. Universal Pictures' Super Mario Galaxy has raked in $1 billion in box office globally, according to Variety, after a 370.7 million opening weekend back in April. It is now the highest grossing movie of 2026. The movie only cost around $110 million to make. Not bad. Warner Brothers delays the release of The Batman Part 2 again, according to The Hollywood Reporter. The movie was originally slated for October 3rd of 2025, delayed due to the writer's strike. Then, moved to October 1st of 2027. The Batman Part 2 is now scheduled to hit IMAX theaters on February 18th of 2028. Part of a raft of changes by Warner's Matt Reeves, the director of the movie, also released some test footage for the film via X. We can see that below. Believe it or not, we will take a look at that right now. Check out this test footage. Oh. Just the link. It's not letting us. There we go. Never mind. Never mind. It's all of that stuff. Warner Brothers has officially begun production on The Lord of the Rings, The Hunt for Gollum. According to Variety, this movie, due out in 2027, was written by Stephen Colbert, Peter McGee, and Philippa Boyan. See Lord of the Rings, and Andy Serkis directs and stars in the movie. I did see something where someone was like, oh, is there going to be like different colored elves and stuff? And he said, no, it's just going to be a bunch of white people. People got mad at him about it, and he's like, whatever. Doesn't matter. Paramount has officially tapped Danny McBride to direct the next G.I. Joe movie, according to Deadline. McBride created and starred in HBO's The Righteous Gemstones. Funny show, by the way. Wildly inappropriate, but funny. And has several other acting credits, including Tropic Thunder, Pineapple Express, and Alien Covenant. But this movie will be his feature directorial debut. Recently, a treatment for a G.I. Joe movie penned by Max Landis was rejected by Paramount and Hasbro. Here we go. Michael Waldron, creator of Chad Powers, is developing a Nova movie, according to Deadline. Nova is a Marvel Comics superhero based on Silver Age prototype character called Star from the Super Adventures number 3 of 1966 fanzine. He eventually debuted in comics as Nova, Richard Rider, in The Man Called Nova number 1 in 1976. The Nova series was put on pause at Marvel Studios in 2025 as the company retooled its approach to the series development. Interesting, huh? Zolo Maridueña will reprise his role as Blue Beetle in Superman Man of Tomorrow, according to Variety. Maridueña had starred as Blue Beetle in the 2023 movie. I think he did okay in that, but the movie itself was lackluster. Tell me what you think. What do you think? Rob Liefeld to launch a new Evangeline series in October of 2026. Guys, it's coming up this year. Rob Liefeld is returning to his character Evangeline with a new series slated to debut from Image Comics in October of 2026, according to The Hollywood Reporter. Daniel Main will be the artist, and Donnie will be the colorist. The new series comes as a film about the character, directed by Olivia Wilde and starring Margot Robbie, is in the works at Warner Brothers. I'm not a fan of Olivia Wilde. Sorry. Image will offer, and it's not really that. She's just, I don't like her work that much. The movies are boring to me. Image will offer a first look at the comic at San Diego Comic-Con this week. That's already over, I think. My entry point here in the comic book is somewhat different than the entry point to the cinematic version, but they kind of arrive at the same place, Liefeld said in the article. Evangeline was created by Liefeld, Vampirella, model Kathy Christian, and Tony Libido, and was based on Christian's portrayal of the vampire superhero. Maximum Press launched the first comic series in 1995. The character reappeared in several comics published by Awesome Entertainment, Avatar Press, and Arcana Studios before Image launched a new ongoing series by Mark Polton and Owen Genie. Mark Polton, great guy, fun dude. He's got a new campaign coming up on Fund My Comic, by the way. Here's one of the covers. Here's another one of the covers. And another one. Hmm. Hmm. I respect too much to make comment. Um, much better. Interiors look nice. Well, guys, well, let me know what you think in the comments. What's your thoughts here? Hey, guess who popped up out of the rabbit hole? Welcome, Bunny.
Hey, man.
What you up to?
Oh, just fell asleep in the chair. Wow, what we got here?
So apparently, there's a trailer for the
Huh.
new Batman movie, and the Bruce Wayne is a fascist statement is throwing people off. RJ thinks the art looks pretty good in this book. This is the new
Wow,
Evangeline book.
that does look good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Dynamite Supernatural series. Guys, I don't know if you got enough of this from the WB or not, but Dynamite has comic books. So the Winchester brothers go their separate ways in
Hmm.
this interconnected stories. So I think we've all tried this to some degree. We've tried to do some bit of this, haven't we? Where we've tried to
Yeah.
interconnect some stories over different things. That's much harder to do when
Oh
you're
yeah.
an independent and you've got all of the dollars on your on kind of on your bank account to get it all done, right? It's much easier when you're a larger company like this. So Dynamite Entertainment is doing something new with the next phase of their Supernatural comic series based on a long-running TV show.
Mm-hmm.
The Winchester brothers will split up and the stories will continue in two interconnected series. The drama, pardon me, will begin in September with the one-shot Supernatural Wayward special by writer Paulina, I can't even say it. The artist there we go, John Amer. I can pronounce that. In which the
Wow.
brothers are forced to take different roads. Then the
I
two
think
new
that's good news show. I'm pretty good news show, maybe.
Gaucho,
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
something like that. Then the two new series will debut in October. Supernatural Dean Winchester by
Mm-hmm.
writer Chuck Brown and artist Rafa Labasco opens in New Orleans at Mardi Gras, with Dean trying to solve a cold case that had eluded his father, and Supernatural Sam Winchester by Gaucho and artist Kendall Good finds Sam on the trail of an ancient mystery in an abandoned town in Appalachia.
Wow, that's a good premise right there.
Yeah. You
There's a
know,
lot of creepy towns in Appalachia. People don't know about it.
I am wanting to write like a true crime type comic.
Ah.
I have one called Juror 13,
Mm-hmm.
and I had handed it off to someone else to kind of write my introduction.
Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna continue it, but I think I'm gonna continue it from that introduction,
Well,
like
I
the introduction of the character. I'm gonna write it from there.
like I have a story idea I've been trying to develop for like about a decade now. Um, there's this phenomenon in the Appalachians around the turn of the century, something called sulfur springs, and they occurred naturally around the Appalachians.
Mm-hmm.
But they created these spas around them because they thought had healing properties. And so there's these massive towns that like sprung up overnight, and these compounds that were built. Kellogg, from Kellogg frosted fruit or Kellogg cornflakes.
Yeah.
The very same. He built one, but there was this real health movement towards health, but it was mostly quackery. But my idea was around because there's a lot of like really strange things that they were trying at these places. Some of it was pretty terrifying. and to modernize, you know.
And part of me kind of wants to do a black and white series that has small short stories in it that
Yeah.
actually just kind of retell like real like strange and bizarre stories that
Hmm.
just do a comic version of it, you know. Uh, that would be like super. I think that'd be super fun just to do
Yeah.
that, you know. But I have
Well,
so much other stuff to do right now. There's
I
no
know, I
way.
know. You
There's
got
no
so
way.
many on your plate.
Yeah, I've got to get Call Sign Orion done
Yeah.
this month, and the art is taking me, which I'll show here in a little bit. It's taking me
Wow.
longer because I've kind of gotten a more detailed style that I've
Yeah.
adapted into. Like I'm still growing in my art, and so
Well,
I've gotten a little bit
sci-fi is
better.
so much harder to do than like contemporary because you're inventing things alongside.
Yeah, but so can fantasy. Like I also
Yeah.
find fantasy is also very difficult
Yeah.
because you're inventing something. And so the next one that I've got to get caught up on after I'm done with Orion
Hmm.
is Saga of a Sunset,
Ah.
which is the flying orc Vikings, right?
Yeah, I
And that
remember
is
that one. That's a
super
big
fun
book
book.
too. Jeez.
It is a big book. I'm really not far enough into it.
Yeah.
I've got to spend a lot of time getting that one done.
Right.
But because it's orcs and it's very heavily rendered in
Yeah.
some of the places, like it just requires that, you
Mm.
know. So it is, you know, it's very gritty. The inking is a lot grittier, and I find that when I do horror or fantasy, the inking gets grittier. Now, some of the stuff in the sci-fi, when it's not the battles and it's not dirt, it's real clean. So some of it's super clean and it's really easy to you know to do,
Yeah.
because unfortunately for Patrick Gamma, I am relying heavily on Patrick's skills to fill in kind of some of the other stuff, you know.
Well, he's
It,
up. He's up for it though.
oh, he is definitely up
He's
for the challenge.
incredible. Incredible
Yeah, if
colorist.
you've seen any of the colors on Call Sign Orion,
Yeah.
you can tell that he is definitely up for the challenge. So there
Well,
is that, but yeah.
right. One thing about Dynamite, every time I see that name, it bothers me, is the fact that Dynamite at one point was like working closely with independent comics,
They
and
really were, man. They were great at one point.
yeah, and and then they threw it all away for Gail Simone, who wasn't even doing a book at Dynamite,
No.
but she was like editing a book at Dynamite, and but she made it. He was like, nice little comic book company you have. It'd be a shame if you were to work with the wrong people, and they
Yeah,
folded like a cheap chair.
they really did.
Yay! Think about what you've accomplished.
There's nothing worse in the
Perfect.
universe.
Perfect.
Nothing worse in the universe
No,
than a
no.
liberal woman who's a ginger.
You threw it all away for the school marm. Well, congratulations, Dynamite.
The meanest creature
Yeah,
in all of creation. Liberal
yeah,
white woman, ginger.
yeah. That they had engendered so much goodwill that they were actually threatening some of the lower tier comic book companies, and they threw it all away over a virtue signal to please her.
Uh,
That will always remain to me one like
I
bizarre.
do what I want, and I refuse to bow the knee to anyone
Yeah,
as long as I'm not breaking the law.
right.
And even then, I mean, it could be up for debate, right?
Yeah.
I just threw the link to the StreamYard in the chat. If
Hmm.
any of our viewers right now want to come in and
Sure.
promote their stuff here in a moment, I
Hmm.
would love to hear about what you're working on and what you're wanting to do.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff I like to hear about.
Well, also, I popped on to tell you that 7 o'clock today, the FMC Arena show is going to start, and
What
that's
is the
going
FMC Arena, dude? What is it?
is going to be the FMC basically promotions show. We've kind of like toyed with that idea, but we never really done an active promotion show. So I've already got 2 lined up. The Crossbones Crew campaigns, the first up, and then I'm gonna get the
Okay, well, so
Galaxy
tell me what the
Warrior
premise
Dash.
of this is. Like, what is the like? What is the arena?
Well,
Answer me
the
that
arena.
question.
The arena is crowdfunding. Is basically you're entering. You're basically one man enters, one man leaves kind of concept because we're all like, unless we enter the arena, which is kind of like the space, because you have to fight to clear your own space and crowdfunding.
Oh, so it's a metaphorical title.
It's metaphorical.
You're not actually going to
arena,
make these
yeah.
guys fight each other.
No, it's well, I mean, it's more like fighting the lion, you know.
I think you should make them fight each other.
Well, we'll put a pin in it. It's early on.
I think it should be a blood sport.
Blood sport. Oh, okay.
I mean, it already is, metaphorically speaking.
It is.
We've
It
all
is
tried to
very
sell a
much
comic
so.
book.
It's very much so, yeah.
Selling a comic book in 2026 is like,
Well,
I'm not gonna.
Well, it's like running through a jungle naked, covered in honey.
I was gonna say it's well. I had some things I was gonna say. I might put it in the private chat. There's some things. It's like I can't say that. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for keeping me from saying that. Whew.
Now you're
Man.
moderating. Now you're moderating. Oh, okay.
Our moderator is the Holy Spirit here.
Yeah. There you go.
Yes. Okay. Mad Cave Inc.'s deal with Konami for Contra. I do love Contra.
Benjamin Soto, he's doing a great comic over there called Cephas right now.
Cephas looks really cool, man.
Really cool.
So,
yeah.
Who's the artist on that book? Because I like the art in it.
Yeah.
Is Ben his own artist
Benjamin.
and writer? Is he the writer artist?
I think he's the artist writer. Yeah.
Is he like Luke Stone, where he like writes and draws his own stuff?
Luke Stone. Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, your art looks great in that book, man.
It does. It's amazing.
Freaking love it, Ben.
The whole idea of a vampire who basically lost his skin.
No skin.
But since he's immortal, he can't die. That's
just skinless.
Awesome. Skinless.
Oh, Mario
vampire,
Williams is the artist, and Ben is the colorist.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I knew
Ben,
he
we
was
may have to
involved
like
with
trade
the
some
art
work at some
directly.
point.
I can't remember how though.
We may have to trade some work at some point. I draw something for you if you color something for me.
There you go.
Or maybe we just work on a project together where we write it and draw it and color it.
Well,
And then we'll make somebody letter it.
There you go.
We'll
Well,
find some intern to letter it.
Yeah, or AI.
AI? To letter it?
Some people are doing some things with AI with lettering.
It's getting better.
Looks interesting. Yeah.
It's getting better at lettering. Yeah.
As long
It's
as you
getting
don't
much
ask
better.
it to make up the dialogue.
Yeah, no, like if you tell it like, hey, put this on there.
Yeah.
I've taken pictures of me and say, hey,
Yeah.
put a word bubble where I'm saying this, and it does it, and it looks
Well,
stupid. It's funny.
my avatar for Bunny Thinking is
Yeah.
I actually liked it so much I adjusted my look to fit it. So
Yeah, that you did the whole thing, right?
yeah, just to turn out.
So I don't know what RJ's doing. He's doing this weird thing where he's coming in twice.
Yeah. Well,
RJ, get your act together, man.
Come on, RJ, get it together, man.
Get it together, buddy. All right, back to this. Mad Cave Studios has inked a deal with Konami Cross Media New York to produce comics and graphic novels based on the run-and-gun video game Contra, which was first released in 1987 and was one of the top-grossing arcade games of the year. NES also released a home version. Oh, man, I loved it so much. The deal, as reported in License Global, includes a 12-issue comic series.
Was that
as well
was
as
that one of the
trade
first
paperbacks.
games where you could play with your bro in the same game?
Yeah.
I don't remember another one before
Two-player.
that.
Yeah, one could be red, one could be blue. Loved it. Loved it. Aside from a comic produced by Konami to go with the Japanese release of the 2002 game Contra Shattered Soldiers and available only in Japanese, this appears to be the first comic based on the Contra video game. Mad Cave
Wow.
has not announced a creative team, but they plan to release the first issue in January of 2027.
Huh.
Call me Mad Cave.
Yeah.
I'll draw you some Contra.
Mad Cave at one point was a mover in the industry, but I haven't heard them
They
making
were.
waves in a long time.
Well, what they did a couple years ago is they started moving into more graphic novels, and they were doing like young adult, like YA and even kid graphic novels. So
Right.
they started being more like a Scholastics. And you know what? That's helped them. I think it's really helped them a lot.
Yeah. Well, Scholastic went woke, and they just completely, totally left a lot of market share on the table when they did
Oh, yeah.
that. They the world was their oyster. They were up there with manga numbers. They
Yeah.
were like
Oh,
the
yeah.
only American. They were literally keeping the whole entire American branch of the comic book industry afloat with Dogman, Telgemeier stuff, and they were doing pretty decent with that. And then they got the wrong editors in there, and they just went off a cliff trying to indoctrinate kids. And as soon as the parents saw that they were no longer safe, they just dropped off a cliff. Go woke, go break,
Go woke, go broke, baby. You know,
Yeah.
we like doing that. We like going broke, don't we? It's our favorite.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, I'd rather go broke for passion rather than go broke for indoctrination. Because, I mean, ultimately, people are not going to act against their own belief system. And so ultimately, indoctrination doesn't take.
No. I mean, if you really feel passionately about a thing and that's what you want to write
Yeah.
about, talk about, produce about, then do that thing.
Right.
But understand what it's going to do. Like all of those people that came out and like were so like pro-Trump or, all one side politically or
Right.
wanted to be in the middle of the culture war stuff. Like, look, like I had somebody tell me, and they were well-meaning.
Yeah.
And this should have cued me off to not take their advice on things and their counsel on
Right.
things. But they said that concerning comics,
Mm-hmm.
that you can totally fight the culture war with comics. And I
Yeah.
said, no, you can't.
You cannot.
I said, no, you cannot. I said, what happens is you just alienate an audience.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
whenever you use entertainment as your wing of propaganda,
Yeah.
it automatically has a shelf life on it.
Well, it's like I point
And
out
usually
chick
that shelf life is a
publications.
couple of days.
Like I point out chick tracks, right? The only
Absolute-
people that like chick tracks are either to laugh at them or as a novelty thing.
You know what? I have some books downstairs.
He was pretty good. His art was actually pretty compelling. He had some really.
It was
really-
okay.
I mean,
It was okay.
I
wish I had a
remember
long
him
ad
being
to show,
Very clever
so I
when
could-
it came to like character creation. and
I wish I
things
had a
like
long ad to show so I could run downstairs and grab the
that.
comics, but I don't. I don't have one that, and not that I can make it in that time frame.
Well,
Luke
he
is still not
he was
100%.
Totally wackadoodle though. I mean.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got. I mean, it's ridiculous. And the lady that handed me the books,
Uh-huh.
Bunny, Coop. Off her meds.
Oh no. Yeah.
She wrote on the cover like what these different horsemen meant, so that I would know. And I
Ah.
mean, she was a Zionist,
Oh. Gotcha.
right? So I
Yeah.
do not teach. I don't call it replacement theology, where
Right.
people say, and I think that's degrading it just to try to win a fight for people that are dispensationalist and Zionist. They want to call it replacement theology. It's not. It's actually the
Right.
theology everyone taught. It's covenant theology, because the Bible talks about covenant. It's covenant language.
Yeah.
It's covenant people. The covenant people of God is
Right.
Israel. Jacob was given the name Israel as the covenant people. They
Yeah.
took on that name. The nation state of Israel is not the covenant people of Israel, because the covenant people of Israel was broke down into, the only people that kept following that was the tribe of Judah, the
Well,
Judeans or
everybody's
the
obsessed with that
Jews.
4,400 number. I mean,
Yes.
well, the thing about it is any theology I've ever seen that came out of Revelations has always been wackadoodle.
Well, the first thing is it's revelation.
Revelation.
It's singular.
Right.
The actual
Revelation.
title is the revelation of Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And when we start thinking of it as multiple prophecies about the future, which is what most people think of it as,
Right.
now we've completely lost the context of the book.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, right? So it's one of those things where, when they start doing that, and that's where
Yeah.
Jack T. Chick was off.
Oh, yeah.
He wanted to shoehorn his own biases,
Right.
biases,
Yeah.
his own prejudices into what the Bible was saying, and then he
Yeah.
found this really creative way to then propagate that.
Mhm.
Propaganda. Propaganda.
Propaganda.
He created propaganda for his worldview
Well,
that honestly just doesn't
propaganda,
hold up.
it's basically, it comes from the same word that comes like impregnate.
Yeah.
And it's the same root word, and essentially you're trying to place your ideas within someone. It's like
Yeah.
inception in a way.
Yeah.
And
Replacement theology is indeed a slur.
Yeah.
No, but
And
no,
you're
we're
trying
part
to
of the
like
covenant
place your
people.
ideas inside somebody that is
Yeah.
like alien. It's supposed to burst from their chest at some point,
Yeah. But it's also like people that want to like take the word elect and like mean that like God has predetermined these individuals. No, he predetermined the path to salvation, and the elect ones are those. The elect one is Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
and those that are given to him by faith. So if you have faith in Jesus, you now are his. The Father has
Right.
given you to him, and you are now part of the elect because you're now in him. You're in Christ in faith. So you're one of the elect ones. You're
Well,
one of the
I had
elect.
this discussion back in ministry school. We are talking
This
about,
is not hard stuff.
when you had Arminians talking to the Calvinists, and essentially is like predestination versus free will. And,
57. 57 is the number you need to remember there, Bunny.
there you go. There you go.
Remember Geneva. Remember Geneva.
They asked me. They're kind of like, I got pulled into it, right? And I kind of threw a wrench into the works, and I was like, well, if God is omniscient and knows everything, then how can you not have both?
Ask me why 57 is important.
Why is 57 important, sir?
Because in Geneva,
Mm-hmm.
the theologian John Calvin
was
friends with the magistrate,
right,
and he had influenced the magistrate in his theology, and that became the theology of the state. 57 is the number of dissenting theologians and people that disagreed with Calvinist doctrine.
Yeah.
That he had or advocated to have executed. 57.
Gotcha.
57 people were executed in Geneva in order to perpetuate Calvin's theology. Had that not happened and people were able to have a free discourse of ideas and thoughts, people would have swayed away from Calvinism, understanding and seeing the holes in it.
Right.
And Calvinism would not be a prominent doctrine of 2026.
Holy King James
57.
Version only, Batman.
57. That's why it's important. I actually have a guitar pedal that's made from a Calvinist. Amazing guitar pedal. Makes great guitar pedals.
There you go.
Great guitars. Not great.
Gotta love the Anabaptist.
Great guitar pedals, yeah. But yeah, after I do my review on the pedal, I'm gonna draw 57 over it.
There you go.
Just to remind me, so people say, "What's the 57 for?" Well, let me tell you what the 57 is for. Because Jesus never had to kill people,
right,
to perpetuate his doctrine of love. Never had. Never had to
it's
happen.
like that's the whole killing with kindness thing is a little bit of a misnomer.
Perspective is a hell of a drug. Yes, it is. It is a hell of a drug. So anyway, so she was like, she was trying to convince me that I was replacement theology when I was like, no,
Oh,
we're Israel. Like, I'm not saying the church replaces. I'm saying the
right,
church is
right.
Israel. It's not replace. It's
It's more
it's
of a
literally
both
what the
and
disciples.
situation, you know.
It's literally what the disciples were preaching.
Yeah.
It's what Peter was talking about. It's what Paul was talking about.
So how do
It's what
the
James refers to.
replacement theory people explain the lowered sheet with the animals on it? You know.
Anyway, back to Contra. We're talking theology. What are we doing? This is a comic book show. Back to Contra. I could be available for this. Contra is a
Wow.
cornerstone of gaming history, and we are honored to take the mantle of bringing its explosive energy. I know why we were on this, because of using this medium as a
Yeah.
way of propaganda.
Right.
Propaganda does not work. You can't sell
It
comics
doesn't
and do
work.
it.
No.
Yeah, you're not fighting a culture war that way. Now you can, if you like, the Harlem Renaissance is a perfect way to
Yeah.
show how art can influence culture and reframe or
Well,
rework
before the Marxists took over
your thinking.
the civil rights movement, it was happening organically because the black people had such a vibrant culture that everybody was envious of it, and it was happening naturally. And then the government decided to take control of it.
Right. So what you do is you allow your worldview
Yeah.
to influence your art a bit, but really make the art the thing that celebrates who you are and what you are, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then allow that to influence culture.
Be an artist that is Christian rather than a Christian artist.
Right. Which brings me to guys, check out my book, The Christian Creative, on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
I'll find a link for that here soon and put in the chat.
Wow, you slipped that right in. I'm impressed.
Yeah. What do they say? ABP? Always be promoting.
Always be promoting. Yeah, there you go.
Always
I did
be
not
promoting.
see that one coming.
Contra is a cornerstone of gaming history, and we are honored to take the mantle of bringing its explosive energy to the page, said Mad Cave CEO and Chief Creative Officer Mark London in a statement accompanying the announcement. You know what I love about Mad Cave? I don't know their politics.
Right.
I don't know their theology, and I don't care.
That's the thing. You should not know your people's politics.
They can't wait to show the world what they've been building.
No.
The adrenaline-pumping world of Contra has always been rooted in rich, character-driven action, making it a perfect candidate for the comic book medium. I do love it when they say that about a video game, because I don't know if it's really like story-driven,
Right.
but I think it's going to be cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it. Here we go. Look at that.
I've been hearing about this Mask series. It's
Mask.
making some waves.
I love Mask.
Skybound's been doing some incredible stuff. They took over G.I. Joe and Transformers, right?
Yeah. Skybound's latest addition to the Energon universe. By the way, let me just say this. Infinite Entertainment, who's in the chat, came by on vacation. He was on vacation. He's come through, and he gave me a stack of books like this.
Wow.
Let me try to get to where you can see it. Like this.
Yeah.
Boom.
Oh, wow.
All in the Energon universe.
Wow.
So I am taking the dive, and I'm going to be getting into all of it. And I might become an Energon
might
historian.
be the most important comic book creator the last 20 years.
You know what? I would tend to agree with that. Yeah.
I mean,
he's
what he made Invincible, and then he made Walking Dead, and he used that to basically take over.
Right. Yeah.
You know what was left of Image.
Yeah, and he's working. You know, he's working through Marvel. He's working through. I mean, yeah, he's. I would say he's a generational talent when it comes to comic books. Yeah, that's how I would put it.
But the thing about it is I don't know his politics.
I don't. Yeah.
And that's why he's
great.
he's so important, is because I don't know his politics. You know,
No,
he didn't fall into that trap.
He talks about the stories. Yeah.
And
so it works out. It works out well.
Well, I mean that's why he could create Skybound and still have goodwill with the people, and
Yeah.
because Larry Hama, who was like the GI Joe guy from way back, and he went off the deep end when its politics came, and went way woke.
It's never
And
good,
just
man. It's
and
never good.
destroyed his legacy, and he picks this up. He takes GI Joe and he takes it back to that place of pure entertainment.
Yeah.
And then somehow he fits Transformers in there, and I don't know how he did that, but then sticks a Mask in there. Then there's somewhere Mask is an awesome property,
And Rom.
Right.
And Rom. So Rom's special number 1. It's a one shot.
That's
by Kirkman.
the Space Knight.
Yep.
Okay.
And then Mask original. Dude, I love these toys. I love the cartoon, but I love these toys.
I had the
Those they were the
motorcycle.
coolest.
I had
This
the
guy right
motorcycle
here.
helicopter guy. Yeah.
I had this one. It was the coolest toy that I had.
Oh yeah.
I took that to school, and I was friggin' envy of my friend group.
You were the dude.
That
You were
was
dude
the
with
coolest,
that.
dopest toy that had ever been made to that point.
Well,
This was
I
like
a little
G.I. Joe
surprised that
on crack.
I was a little surprised that the guy didn't have a mullet, though. You really need a mullet to have an IROC Camaro. I mean, it kind of go together,
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
I think your hair naturally grows long in the back when you got a mid
Yeah.
80s Camaro.
You sign the paper. You sign the title, and you like, boom,
Yeah.
mullet. Where'd that come from?
There you go. Just
Is
overnight.
this
Is that the guy from Space Ghost? Is that?
I think that's the dude from Space Ghost.
Well, I think they're publishing Space Ghost comics, aren't they? So he might be part of it.
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah, Space Ghost was like making a few waves a couple years back.
They are now. We just talked about them last week.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We did.
Dude, it's such the coolest.
God, that's so cool.
Dude, that's so cool, man. I'm 8 years old right now. Like, this is it.
Well, see,
Wow.
the thing about it is that's what you should feel when you hear about an upcoming project. You shouldn't be rolling your eyes and like, oh no, how are they going to destroy it now?
Yeah, I'm not, dude. Look at this.
Oh.
It's G.I. Joe. It's Transformers
Mask
and it's
and-
Mask. Oh,
And Transformers. That is so cool. That Transformers, that was a cool one. I can't remember his name though. He was a Jeep.
yeah, he's the military Jeep.
Yeah.
I could see him in the G.I. Joes. Like, yeah, that makes sense. Oh my gosh, look at that.
Yeah,
I had that one
says
too.
that,
I had
Wes
this
from-
too.
Yeah.
I had that toy too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the bad guy, the big bad. Yeah, Wes from Thinking Critical loves recent Space Ghost. The art's really good.
It is.
Wes
It's,
is
Mirage.
likes
Yeah,
it,
that's his
so.
name. Thanks, Ben.
Mirage, yes, that is the name. Yes.
Yes,
right.
we are a bunch of nerds, Sunny Day with Greg.
We
Revise.
are.
We are a bunch of nerds.
Remember being nerd was actually a made marginalized thing, and you were like part of this exclusive club, but no, the popular kids disdained. Before.
Yeah, I wear the
And
badge
it was
proudly.
like they didn't know how vibrant our culture was and how much how much fun we were having, because they were like, oh, you bunch of nerds, and so they were like,
You like
doing their-
comic books and video games? Yeah, I
they're doing
do.
their sports things.
Freaking love it.
Meanwhile, we were doing D&D and into the night and playing with toys and having a ball,
Had all the dice with all the. I have a bag of dice right next to me.
There you go. And then unfortunately the jocks took over the
Oh
nerd
yeah, and they're
space.
like, oh yeah, and then they started like, like
Yeah.
I'm just gonna wear my Spider-Man shirt, like whatever, dude. You don't know nothing about it. And it's almost like one of those, like, when you see those kids, and I never want to be that guy, because I want to encourage other people
Right.
that are on the outskirt of my fandoms to be introduced to them, like hey, welcome in, come on, it's okay, it's okay.
Right.
Like, we have cookies, it's nice. Yeah, just stay away from so and so's brownies.
Well,
It'll be a
the
long
funny
night.
thing about it is when these idiot, cultural Marxists take a look at what nerd culture was and tried to say, well, they excluded the females, and I'm like, there was no females in nerd culture, and if there was, they were the queen.
I
They
had
were-
one friend who was
There you
at our
go.
table in nerd culture, and she was awesome. She was
Right.
awesome. But guys weren't knocking down her door
No.
to take her to prom.
No.
Like, but she was awesome.
Yeah. Well,
I
I
always
mean,
thought,
it was such an
here's what's funny.
inclusive space because it was based on passion. It wasn't based on who you were.
Well, she
And
played
so-
sports. She did play some sports, some girl sports. She
Ah.
was large, like not fat,
Ah,
but
gotcha.
she was powerful, right?
Right.
So
right,
guys
right.
weren't really looking at her because they wanted the little dainty things, right?
So
And I
she
just
was like
always
the
thought,
moo chick from Revenge of the Nerds that almost beat Ogre in arm wrestling.
Yeah,
thing?
yeah, right?
Ah,
and so it was one of those things. I felt bad. I mean, I just assumed
yeah.
that she was of the same orientation I was.
Right. There you
That
go.
we were liking the same. And then until one day she told me to crush on me, and I was like, "Whoa, what? What? Hold on, what?" Yeah.
Oh. Well.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I was moving away, and I'm like, "You told me too late."
Yeah. Well,
And,
it was such a pure space, and
Yeah.
especially in the 80s, and during Gen X. 'Cause, I mean, people don't understand. Gen X was the best of times, the worst of times, because while Gen X was being neglected by their parents and like sent home with latch keys and basically left to their own devices, and I don't want to see you till dark, and they had to remind the parents, well, do you know where your kid is, about 10:30 at night?
Yeah.
Because most parents are like, oh yeah, I've got kids, the boomer generation, but at the same time, they were creating all this incredible pop culture to like sedate us or keep us like docile or whatever. And
This
some of the
is
most
a really
incredible
cool
stuff.
painted cover.
Oh yeah.
Ben Oliver.
Oh
What
wow.
a great job.
That's amazing.
Wow, that was
That's
well
not AI
captured.
either. That's organic.
No, that's organic.
Yeah.
That's free range, baby.
Yeah, that's
free
on
range.
the level of maybe an Alex Ross. Yeah.
Hey, here's something for you. Magic the Gathering Marvel Superheroes passes Lord of the Rings.
Oh wow.
Like, did you think that? Okay, so remember Magic the Gathering, one thing, but the
Yeah.
superhero packs
Hmm.
are outselling Lord of the Rings now.
Oh wow.
Sales on Wizards of the Coast Magic the Gathering Marvel Superheroes release have passed the Lord of the Rings set, making the Marvel Superhero set the second largest universes beyond set in history.
Oh yeah.
Hasbro CFO Gina Goder told analysts in Tuesday's conference call in conjunction with Q2 earnings. The Marvel Superheroes release set records for day one and month one revenue, Hasbro CEO Chris Cox said in the call, larger initial print runs to deal with slower reprints. A strategy Hasbro has been pursuing this year helped fuel the rapid sales on the set. Marvel Superheroes did especially well with new players in less traditional channels, Cox said, reflecting the broad appeal of the property, which has proven that comic book superhero nerds
Yeah.
kind of want this stuff too, right?
Yep. They're still like they haven't destroyed it utterly. I mean, if anything that comes out that's still good,
Yeah.
it gets picked up, but there's so little. You have to like sort through it. I mean, used to it was like opening a treasure chest and just going through all the treasures. Now it's like opening a junk drawer and trying to find a jewel,
One
What?
second. Going a
Yeah.
little longer than normal, so I'm having to send out a message. All right. So although the specific universes beyond properties from
Yeah.
2027 have not been revealed, Cox
Right.
did say that the 2027 partners are
Mhm.
more fantasy adjacent. Cox also alluded to reactions to Marvel superheroes, noting that I don't think any of them will take place in New York City because we
Right.
definitely have gotten that feedback from some fans.
For God's
One
sake,
other
get him
fun
out of
fact
New
from
York.
for one other fun fact from the call,
Mhm.
Goder said that hobby game stores account for 70% of Magic the Gathering sales, mass
Yeah.
20%, and international 10%.
That's what keeps the doors of my local comic shop open. Is he
It
runs
is.
Magic the Gathering.
It is. But international is 10%
Wow.
of the Gathering sales.
He didn't even know when I was what I was talking about when I mentioned John Byrne had put out his own comic, X-Men comic, and my comic book guy didn't know what I was talking about, and I'm like, okay, you don't
Where
know
have you
about the
been?
living legend putting out his own X-Men. I was like, yeah. Like,
Where have you been?
Yeah. Well, if it doesn't get distributed officially by Marvel or DC, he doesn't know it. So.
Hey, I don't know if this matters to you or not, but the ICV2, the business of fandom, the new branding reflects changing market history. Look at this. They've got a new logo. They're going to be doing a new marketing set.
Are they
So an
going to actually
ICV,
give us the real numbers?
no.
They're just going to change the logo. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Why would real numbers? Why would they do that?
Yeah, I don't know,
Doesn't make any
because they're an
sense. What are you
industry
talking about?
publication and that's supposed to be their purpose.
Bunny, you don't know anything.
Off the top of my head.
You don't know anything. That's not how this works.
Oh,
That's not how.
Okay.
No, we don't talk. We feel like real numbers gets in the way of the
Yeah,
storytelling.
yeah. Well, I mean, there's comic is a storytelling medium. What am I talking about? You know.
Yeah, we feel like numbers gets in the way of the art. Doesn't really matter like the story at all. Actually, it just matters
don't
how pretty the
want
pictures look.
reality and our market share.
You need to,
here.
Bunny. You need to understand your place. The only reason why you exist is to give artists like me
chastised,
something to draw. Yeah.
Totally chastised.
So stop talking about numbers. All right. Stop talking about story quality.
We don't want to discuss the actual health of the industry. We want you to
keep
the narrative.
Look at our logo.
Yeah.
Look at our new logo.
Look at our cool logo. Yeah, which is the most basic bitch thing.
ICV2 is introducing new branding that reflects both a changing market and ICV2's long history across its website, newsletter, magazine, and events. The business of fandom, ICV2's new tagline, reflects the growing importance of fan communities in driving business activity and ICV2's role in that business.
Wow.
In the post-pandemic world, fandom is increasingly about community.
Oh,
Groups of people that,
communism.
is it?
Oh, no.
Groups of people that come together around entertainment and activities that are not only rewarding on their own, but also provide the human connection.
Just so you know, a quick.
Anybody,
anytime you see the word community, they mean communism.
That's
their buzzword for communism.
Community does exist within the fandom, but not within the industry.
No.
Whenever
when
you can
industry
monetize
says
something,
community, they always mean communism.
Well, yeah, whenever you can monetize anything, categorize anything, make charts and awards for anything, it becomes completely 100% commercial.
Yeah.
And at that point, it is the retail outlets and that become the gatekeepers.
Well,
it happened in the Christian music industry.
There's a very ominous phrase called seizing the means of production. And comes straight from Karl Marx, and that's what they've done, is they've seized the means of production. And once you do that, once you corrupt the fountainhead, everything that comes out of it's going to be corrupted. So.
This is a long article. I'm not reading all of it. I don't care about it. They got a new logo, new tagline. Oh, the Comic-Con San Diego is going to stay in San Diego.
Even
for at
though
least another,
they've almost
at least
destroyed
until
San
2030.
Diego.
At least until 2030.
Ah, gotcha.
Comic-Con
Is it,
International will remain in San Diego through 2030.
I think
Mayor
that's
Todd
running.
Garcia.
I think that's running this week, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was reported on the 22nd.
Because Aaron
Today is the
Lopresti, that's the
23rd. That
only
was
one he
yesterday.
goes to, San Diego.
Yeah. I don't want to go to any conventions anymore. I don't ever want a table at a convention again in my life. I feel like that chapter of Luke's life is over.
Well, I think maybe FMC could probably start doing tables.
I think somebody else can do that. I don't want to do it ever again.
All right.
I don't like conventions.
Don't like
They stink.
connections.
I don't like conventions. I like connections.
Oh,
I don't like conventions. They stink.
Gotcha. All right. I
They
get you.
stink. There's too many people. I'm an
Too many
introvert.
people. Too many smelly people. We don't like.
I'm an introvert
So.
that moonlights as an extrovert. I don't like conventions.
There you go. There you
I don't
go.
like them. I don't like spending money. Now, if someone wants to, if I guest, I'll do that. But I am not spending money on a table ever again.
There you go.
I'm not
There you
doing it.
go.
I'm not going to do that because I wind up wasting money.
Mm-hmm.
I had some card information stolen from me from a vendor at a comic convention.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And they took the credit card information,
Yeah.
the vendor,
Uh-huh.
and they started ordering Walmart.com stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And the only reason I haven't been able to prosecute, the only reason we were never able to like prosecute and try to get our money back was because we couldn't trace who had used the card.
Yeah.
But I only used that card for one vendor at that convention that weekend. And everything started happening after that weekend.
Right.
Otherwise, that card was never used for anything else. I only used it for that one thing.
Right.
Everything else was used from from a different card.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard of people activating like gift cards and just putting a credit line on it, and so if it gets stolen, that only thing that they'll get is what was on that card, and that might be a better way to go.
Well, yeah, but I don't have to worry about it because I'm never going back.
Well, there you go.
That's only one reason why I'm never going back.
Oh, right.
I got tired of being around a bunch of blue hairs too.
Gotcha.
Like blue, purple haired freaks.
Yeah.
Not that all of them are freaks, but I happen to just that weekend run into
It's
a bunch.
a higher degree of freakage.
I was just
definitely. Well, one of the things that bothered me as I went to HeroCon the last year that Jim Shooter was there, and they had him over with the indie comics and not over with the the lines around the block group over there at the like the pro.
I was like, guys, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it anymore. Can't do it anymore. All right, I'm going to share some art here, and then I'm done.
All righty.
And then I'm done because I'm well over, and my dogs need to go outside.
Gotcha.
I tried to text my son to send him out, and he is. I don't know. Must still be asleep. I wonder what time he went to bed.
There you go.
It's summer vacation, so here we go. Check this out. This is the call sign Orion. Whoa, that went fast. Let's slow this down a little bit. Some of the work. Some of these pages you've already seen in color on the campaign and posted by RJ himself.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I can see some definite Luke Stone-isms in there. Very
Yeah.
recognizable.
Horses are hard, by the way. Horses are very hard to draw,
Yeah, yeah.
but I got it.
Well, when I did my entry for 03, you know,
Uh,
that
I'm
it took them about 4 times to get the horse right.
I'm super proud of my scissor hatching on this face right here.
Oh yeah.
That panel. Super proud of that, by the way.
Hmm.
It's rare for me to be like, I did a good job, but I'm really proud of my scissor hatching on that one.
Yeah. Hatching is such a it's a good fix or a good shortcut, but it's hard to do right.
Mhm.
Levi
As you can see, some
Steen
of
is
it's
asking, did
not
you create a
rendered very.
model for the ship's reference? That would
Yes,
be a yes. Yeah.
yes, 100%. I'll show you how it works here in a second too.
Mm,
So yeah, all these ships I have models for.
there you go.
So we paid to have some models made. So
Mm-hmm.
I designed some ships, and then some of the other ships, you can buy video game assets, a license for those. And
Mm-hmm.
so I bought a license for these. Like I found the guys and like, hey, I'm like, I need a ship. Show me what you got. And some people had some. Well, hey, I've got this, this, or this, and I'm like, well, this fits, that doesn't fit, and so then I just chose some stuff and
Mm-hmm.
bought the models from them, because there's no way I could remember
Right.
all of these ships, but there were some very specific ones. So these main ships
Mm-hmm.
I designed like
Ah.
completely from art. Like, so I worked with RJ who had them already in his head, and
Mm-hmm.
he and I worked together to get the design down. And then I sent the designs and the drawings off to a 3D modeler, and they created different variations of the ships for me.
Right.
So it was worth the extra cost, though I didn't make RJ take on that cost. I took it myself.
Gotcha.
Was the cost high or low? It was an investment, but I knew that this was going to save me time.
Yeah.
Doing these big battle scenes with ships where I can throw a ship in and do and make the foreshortening and everything right on a 3D scale, 3D
Mm-hmm.
landscape, and then be able to draw them, use them as
Well,
reference,
it'd
and
be
yes,
interesting to
trace.
see what 3D printing comes up with AI integration.
Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna do a good job or not.
Yeah.
So yeah, wherever you see now this stuff up here, like the close-up stuff,
Mm-hmm.
it's sometimes it changes because
Yeah.
it's not really. It's mostly in my head. But like these ship pieces, yeah, it's and all the squigglies change a little bit
Right.
from panel to panel, but it's so minute. I don't think people will notice.
Yeah. Well, how do you do action when it's in space? So you're backgrounding everything in black.
Uh, all right. Well, as you can see, the backgrounds are nothing, right,
Yeah.
on a lot of these. So I've added some texture and background in some of these with like smoke and
Mm-hmm.
explosions, and as you can see, I'm making it look here like some of the explosions are falling, but
Right.
there's no gravity in space, right?
Right.
So you just have to like lie and create the illusion of action. And so just action lines and exhaust lines and stuff like that.
Were you
But it's
inspired?
fun.
Were you inspired by like Battlestar Galactica at
One,
all?
yes, yes, yeah.
Okay.
In fact,
Maybe some Babylon
moving
5.
forward here. So this is, yeah, but a lot of this is just RJ's description of the world. And so I'm trying to
Right.
see it in my head and imagine it. So some things I'm like, the battle scenes is Battlestar Galactica.
Right.
The rest of this is not. So, and like this, obviously, like screen, like down here on this far bottom panel where
Yeah.
the guy's looking at the screen, like that is a picture. So I drew a picture
Mm.
and then made it fit into the screen. So when you're working digital, you could do things like that. So I drew a whole
Right.
other panel and then shrunk the panel down to fit into
Inserted
the
it.
screen. So this took much longer than,
Yeah.
than what I had originally anticipated, because I'm putting all that detail in the background, because this is establishing stuff and I want to make sure that it works,
Yeah.
and I have like
first
3 or
book,
4 faces that I draw.
Right.
And so this is a Hispanic lady, and so I have to adapt my drawing to make her look more
Thicker.
Hispanic. Well, no, just like the features are more Hispanic.
Right.
But
Right.
so this ship in the background
Yeah.
here, right there, that is
Mhm.
100% Battlestar Galactica.
Oh
That's
yeah.
just I just
I
found a
recognize
reference
it.
for a Battlestar Galactica ship. That's all I did, and so
Why
that was
not?
it. And then I made up all the little squigglies, and then when I'm drawing in the other panels, I'm like, oh man, what did I draw?
Well, I mean,
Like,
how
how
many
did I?
shuttlecrafts have you seen that was obviously the Galileo from original Star Trek or
Right? Yeah,
Star Trek? Yeah.
yeah.
I've
But
seen
in
so many
order,
of them that, and I'm like, that's the Galileo. Come on now.
and the reason why I knew I was going to have to do models for the ships
Yeah.
was because I wanted to create a folder with all my references and have all of those things,
Mm.
because I knew and I understood that I was going to be doing a couple of pages,
Right.
and then RJ was going to have to fundraise for it, and then I would do some more pages, then he'd have to fundraise again.
Yeah.
And now he's been able to pay for the whole book's art,
Awesome.
paid me for everything. So now I can just like go through and start doing it. But because
Yeah,
there was
Levi
breaks
Skeen
in
says
between,
it's a killer panel.
thank you. And because there were breaks, and we knew there were breaks,
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure that I could go back and still draw things the right way. So I had to go
Well,
back and reference, and I've had to reference myself a lot on some of just even these panels here.
yeah.
He may not like me showing this one off, but I had to tap into some of my space horror stuff here.
There you go.
That's pretty good. I mean, these 2 pages are 2 of my favorites so far.
Right.
And I told him yesterday, it's like, I'm going to have to reduce some of this rendering in order to
Well,
stay on track, because I've super rendered these backgrounds,
yeah.
like, and I'm like tons of like intricate background stuff back here, and I'm like,
Well,
I've
I
got
mean,
to
that's
like
that's
slow
what made
down on this.
Aliens such an amazing movie. Is no one saw body
Yeah,
horror and space, uh, you know, like
yeah,
that. Space was kind of like 2001 Space Odyssey. It was kind of like, a little bit like I don't know, sanitized, and then Alien, suddenly somebody's bursting out of somebody's chest, and
yeah.
then suddenly everybody's like, "Oh, I can do that." It was science
Yep.
fiction. Oh
That's
no,
where we're
it's
at. We're 28 pages finished.
oh wow, there you
Yeah,
go.
28 pages finished, and I'll have 2 more done today, maybe
Let's
today.
go. Let's go.
2 more
Yeah.
done by tomorrow. I have some things I have to do today. I have a job interview at 9 in the morning tomorrow.
Ah,
So, but these other pages are laid out. I want to hide some of the work until it's done, because it's pretty goofy looking.
mm,
It's not impressive, and I don't. It's not impressive. Yeah,
there you go. Yeah.
it's just squigglies. It's squigglies. So sometimes I'll send page layouts to
Mhm.
Josh for Pawn, and he was like, I don't even know what I'm looking at, and I go, I know.
Yeah.
Like my layouts are like a shorthand for myself, on what it
So
is.
you're doing a space opera, horror, supernatural horror, and you're also
Yep,
doing a fantasy book.
fantasy, and then if I have time, my superhero book. Yeah.
Ah, right.
So now the superhero book's gonna go quick because it's characters that I've drawn, and I
Yeah.
accidentally drew Rascal for
Ah.
one of the characters. I blended Rascal in one of the characters, and Levi was like, "Hey, he looks a little
Hmm,
different." I'm like, "That's my bad. That's my bad."
there you go.
But yeah, so that's what we're working on right there. It is available over on fundmycomic.com. So check that out. Guys, we've been going now for an hour and a half.
That's my
Which
fault.
is way
That is
longer.
my fault. I popped on late, and I
And
kind
we
of,
started talking, geek stuff and
yeah.
started having a good time. Um, but,
That's what this is all
so
about.
we're definitely doing this week and then next week. But I don't know what my work situation is going to
Okay.
be following that. So I might have to not do Nerd Bacon because I might be clocked in somewhere. And
Well,
they're jamming. You hear that?
yeah.
Yeah, they're jamming.
Wow.
It's a nice day, so I've got the windows out down and
Well,
no AC on today.
hopefully we can keep this going. I mean,
Yep.
but either way, FMC Arena is starting up tonight. So
7 p.m.
keep your eyes open. That's
7 p.m. Eastern?
7 p.m. Eastern. It's gonna right now. It's gonna be on the FMC channel. It's also gonna be on the Telepathic Bunny Comics.
Might be on this one.
Might be on this one. But either way, we're gonna. I've got two lined up. Crossbones Crew for this Thursday, and then next Thursday is gonna be the guys from Galaxy Memorial. So
Nice.
uh,
To finish answering the question, the cost was kind of high, but
yeah,
understanding that it was going to be a lot of upfront cost for me, because I did not put that off on the creator. I took it because it was actually going to be a shortcut for me long term to draw the rest of the book and any subsequent books that might come after that. So I knew it was going to save me time, which it entirely has. So doing all of that preliminary work and getting that done, whatever it cost me for the models has saved me time in trying to chart it out with, perspective lines and measuring tools and all of that stuff, and then try to remember how I drew every aspect of these ships. So it was way easier just to have the models built, and then for ones that didn't need to be reinvented to buy from someone else to use for the book. So yeah, so good stuff.
well, I mean, you got to keep that consistency when you do stuff like that.
Yeah, and then if we ever want to 3D print them, if say it's ever gets popular and someone wants to pick it up, we
Right.
have a commercial license for the stuff. I can just
There
pass
you go.
them over the 3D models, and they can enhance them from there.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So yeah. So anything where there's a lot of vehicle use, I find that using a model to to design a model for those
yeah.
specific vehicles is probably the best thing to do. It's smart,
It is. It
especially if you're
is.
bouncing back and forth. I think Wally Wood have done it. Some people's
Yeah, he
like, oh,
would
well,
have.
now you're tracing 3D assets. Well, yeah, I am, but suck it. I don't care.
Well, what did Wally
Um,
Wood say? Cheat and cheat some more.
he said,
You
never
know.
draw what you can copy, never copy what you can paste, or what? No, never. Yeah, never draw what you can copy, never copy what you can paste up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he
So
reused
yeah.
assets all the time.
Oh yeah. I reuse the same wireframe characters,
Yeah.
poses all the
Mhm.
time. And I see other artists do it too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Especially
they
when
use
it
the
comes to
same
shadows, how
they
how
use the
things
same base
cast.
model on that. Yeah, they use
Yeah.
the same base model for that. But
Mhm.
just them drawing
Right.
I have the same poses. I'll just open one up and throw it over,
There you
because
go.
I know this pose works. And
Well, somebody was
some
showing.
of them I've drawn for so long I can just
Well, if
I
you
just
look at all
draw
the
them.
Disney movies, they reused like animation over and over and over again.
All of the women have the same face models.
Yeah.
All the girls. Like,
Right.
yeah, it's just, it's not realistic to try to do it otherwise. And I
No.
know there's people that have drawn these spaceships and everything all by hand
Yeah.
on paper. And I know if Glenn Fleming was watching, he'd be like, well, I do, I know, I get it. But in today's, I don't get paid
Yeah.
the amount. I can't charge a writer
Well, I think Glenn
the
forgets that
amount it would
Glenn works
cost for
for
me to do that.
Glenn.
What's
So,
that?
I think Glenn forgets that Glenn works for Glenn.
Glenn works for Glenn.
Yeah.
I try to keep the cost low to other people, and I want to keep consistency and quality there.
Yeah.
So yeah, any like, if it's like really heavy with like ships and stuff like that,
Mhm.
then I'll do that. What I used to do before 3D models and I could have a 3D model made, I just used to do photos.
Yeah.
I would set up like if it was like a car or something, I would have cars, and I would just
Mhm.
set it up and I would take a photo with my phone,
Right.
and I would, at the angle I needed, and then, or like even like stand like an action figure up, and then I'd throw that,
Yeah.
when I was drawn traditionally, on the light board, and then use that to get the car. So I would
Right.
have, so that I know I'm drawing the car correctly,
Right.
getting the details right, getting the shape right, perspectives right. And I mean, it's just something my art teacher taught me back in high school. And
Mhm.
so, yeah. So the cost was kind of high, but it saved money over time.
Yeah.
So it saved time. So otherwise, so some of these pages where, and I'll be honest, my page rate for this book is $100. I know a lot of artists don't want to talk about their page rates. I don't care. I typically charge $100 a page because I know that's about what people can afford right now.
Right.
And sometimes it's a little harder than that. But if you want good quality, you want someone that speaks English
Yeah.
really well and is not, is going to, there are people that want to stay in the States. $100 is about
Right.
all I can do.
Yeah,
Now,
Levi says Galaxy Memorial Volume 4 has a couple ships show up. Definitely go and try to do a model. Yeah. I was
yeah,
definitely
model's
going
way
to.
easier to do with that.
It
And
is.
so,
It is. Yeah.
what was I saying?
Sorry.
Where was I at? What was I saying?
Talking about your page rate.
Yeah. Okay. So the page, I know I want to keep it low. So it's $100 a page.
Mm-hmm.
And if you guys are working out like an hourly rate, like figure out like what's the lowest amount, like if minimum wage to some people is like $10 an hour, right?
Yeah.
That would be like 10 hours working on one page.
Right.
It's not worth my time
No.
to do 10 hours for one page, right? I need to make a little bit more than that to make a reasonable, and I have to work faster than that.
Yeah.
So I try to do a page in about 4 hours, which equates to about
$25
$25 an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. For a skill. So I
Right.
try to get a single page done in 4 hours. Some of these pages have been taking way more than 4 hours because of all the rendering I'm doing on them. Like they're just,
Right.
talking heads, working through some of this stuff, and it's taking longer. But
then
so
you
if
can
I
have
can
a
do
page that took you a half an hour or 45 minutes. So,
right, I could, right, but I haven't had.
Nah.
But I could.
Right.
So
Is that 4 hours just to pencil, Glenn?
I don't
talking
pencil,
smack?
Glenn. I don't pencil, Glenn.
Glenn talking smack.
Yeah, I don't pencil. I do a squiggly. I do my layout thing, and then I just go in and I ink.
Well,
Since I work
Glenn
digitally,
does
my
it
pencil
all
is my
by
ink.
hand.
Yeah, my
Doesn't
pencil
believe
is
in
my
the
ink. Yeah.
digital.
Yeah, 4 hours for pencil. 4 hours for a finished page. 4 hours for a finished page. So, yeah, I don't do a full pencil. I sketch it and then I ink. And since I work digital, I can erase and I can work. And there's no point in me drawing it twice.
There you go.
That's feels stupid since I don't have to. So 4 hours for a finish page.
Mhm.
That means if I'm in the chair for 8 hours, I can do 2 pages.
Right.
That allows me to do, in a 5-day work week, I can, as long as I'm not doing anything else, I don't have to go anywhere else, I can get 10 pages done.
There you go.
So that means I can finish a 20-page book in 2 weeks. That means I could do 2 production books a month.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I try to do. And I don't do any lettering anymore. I don't do any coloring anymore. I just do the finishing, the finished page.
Well, you got Mr.
I don't do
Gamma
all the
for
rest
your
of that stuff.
coloring, so
I got
think you're
Gamma for
okay.
coloring, or some of the stuff I want to do. I just do some light toning. And I do
Don't
charge
think you're
extra
gonna
if someone
afford
wants me to do.
Nito Diaz for your covers anymore, though.
No, not anymore. I can't afford that. And he doesn't work for anyone anymore other than Marvel.
No.
So,
Oh, he doesn't?
no.
Oh, okay.
But so I might letter my own stuff, but I don't really care for lettering anymore. It's just it's a boring process. It's tedious. I can do like a whole book in a day.
Mhm.
Like I can letter a whole book in a day, but I just don't like doing it. I'm not passionate about it. I love drawing the action. I love that stuff. So
Yeah.
so I try to work it out to where I can get 2 pages done a day. So I
Right.
try to spend 4 hours on it. But I feel like part of my value is because I can get pages out quick if all I have to do is be in the chair. And when I was being paid to be in the chair all the time and I had work lined up, I was getting stuff out faster. But these pages have taken me, they're more like 7 hours a page right now, is what they're, 7 to 8 hours a page. So it's still better than the $10 an hour, but not much. But only because they are looking cool, and I just think they look neat the way they are with the backgrounds, and and it's fun. So it's okay. I get lost in it a little bit because it's fun, and it's there's an
There you
energy
go.
to it, that. And this book has, because it's taken place on Earth with cowboys. So there's been a cowboy scene. There's space scenes. There's battle scenes. They're fighting in hallways. There's
Yeah.
a guy that transforms into a giant monster. There's just all kinds of stuff, and I like it. It's
There you
fun.
go.
So
That's the bottom line.
I'm going to run into the same problem with the orc story because I love orcs. The problem is I really need to go get a model made for there's a ship that keeps reoccurring, and the only place that it exists really in full is in my head.
Right.
And so it morphs a little bit from time to time based on how I'm drawing it, but it is all basically the same. And what I need to do, I just need to chart it all out and then send it off to a guy and say, hey, make me a 3D model, low poly, just clean of this, just where my squares are at.
Yeah.
Just so that I can angle it with different things and, that kind of stuff. But
Friedrich
make it easier,
Wiemott says, morning Baconeers.
Yeah, but if things are, if there's something that's real, like a real thing, I can just take photos of it and have my photo references to look at. Like a real car. I don't have any of my toy cars around. They're in the other room.
There you go.
But but I can normally just take it and look around and figure out where I want to do it and then get
not
stupid
everybody's
with
Jack Kirby, so
Yeah. Well, and even thinking some of what Jack Kirby did wasn't even Jack Kirby. Some was the inkers he worked with. He trusted them to fill in the space. One inker he didn't care for, but but since I do all my own,
Vince
my
Coletta,
pencil and my ink are the same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing. So it just it works out. And I used to pay a guy to do my layouts for me.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I would just give him $1 a page, and he would just read my script, and he would just lay it out for me, and then I would go in and I would draw. And he kind of did the squiggly thing that I do, but it was a little easier to read.
Right.
But I've just started doing my own. I want a face here. I want this here. I want this kind of perspective, and I'll draw the arrows where I want things to go, and then I'll just start building it as I go. As I start putting it in there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, hope that means
One of
we
these
get some
one of
more
these days I'll do a
hybrids
live stream.
sometime soon. I
Yeah,
I
one of
miss
these
them.
days I'll do a live stream where I start a page start to finish,
There you go.
where I'll like show people like, here's how I get my page,
That would be very
and here's how I
informative.
do the
Yeah.
work. Yeah, here's how I do the work.
Yeah, I've
Um,
seen you work on a live stream, man. You're fun
yeah.
to watch.
So, but I've never showed how I come up with a layout.
No.
So I need to do that. I think I'll do a video soon on how I come up with my layouts,
Yep. There you go.
and how I try to be more cinematic with it. And then I can show a few different things. Like I can show how, you know, understanding a good Bing search to find a good reference. How you can use AI as a reference source to get what you're looking for. How you can take
I've been able to do some amazing stuff with AI.
yeah.
I mean, just some incredible stuff.
Yeah, like some people aren't like using it as a Google like they could. Like
Yeah.
I need an image for this. Like I need a reference
Right.
of what this would look like. Now it's never going to come out the right way, but
Yeah.
it can help you. I mean, they're not good at hands. They're getting better at hands.
Right.
But it gives you like if you need like extreme foreshortening, things like that, it can help you get more cinematic views, especially like if you use something like Midjourney, because it spits out 4 options. So you can, if you understand how to kind of prompt it, you can get 4 good reference options,
Yeah.
and then you can build it out from there.
Well, Grok
and-
Imagines has been growing in leaps and bounds. I almost never use Midjourney anymore unless on something more on artistic side.
I haven't used it much the last month, but there's some things where I used it a lot for, and so like I'll have these moments where I use it a lot for references because I have to do different things, or especially if I have like a lot of talking heads.
Right.
Like this kind of action is a lot easier for me to draw than talking heads because it gets boring, and I'm like, oh, okay, so I'll get these different like cinematic views, like what's it going to look like, or if I need a specific expression, you know, like I need a reference for what that expression is going to look like, you know,
Right.
and then so I'll pop up, you know, get some references, and you know, can draw like what that's going to look like, and
Yeah.
yeah, people that say like these artists that like talk about not using reference, I'm like, you guys are idiots. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I've been doing
Well-
art like almost my whole life, like since when I was learning art, when I was learning from someone.
Well, I
They-
mean, there's 2 kinds of
they
artists: those who use
gotta use a
reference and
reference.
those who lie about using reference.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, yeah. So I've always used reference, photo reference, mirrors. You know, I had photos on my phone where I was trying to have a guy hold up a glass, you know, and like do the thing.
Yeah.
So I took the picture of myself, you know, to my camera, and then like tried to do stuff like that
Right.
kind of stuff. And like, you know, someone was like, "What's these goofy pictures doing on your phone?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's reference for a comic book panel." Yeah.
There you go.
So I wound up using that for. I was doing that for Pawn. Yeah, Pawn's a lot of fun. It's a good book. It's a good book. Issues 1 and 2 are going to the printer. Yeah, Wally Wood has a lot of great quotes. Yeah, I like Wally Wood. Like he's my. Like I get it, man. If you're working and trying to do like so, because there's not right now. There's just not enough art, Bunny, for me to do this full time. Or I wouldn't look for another job. If I knew I could have pages lined up and books lined up that were paid for,
Right.
right? That's the whole thing. Because a lot of the people that I work with, they don't have the money to pay it up front right away.
Yeah.
So they've got to raise the money as they go. If there was better work and there was more work right now, like there was 2-3 years ago, I would do it full time again and just draw all day, every day.
Well, I will say that I do see some signs that you know, it's coming back. But like FMC is getting some pretty exciting stuff. Like Mark Polton
Yeah,
is
some nice
bringing
looking books over there.
some incredible
Yeah.
books. The other day, Literature Devil said that he was going to use FMC next time because Indiegogo's gotten so bad. So
Yeah.
he's a pretty big. He's pretty got a
Yeah,
pretty big fan base.
he's got a book on there. A campaign he's already submitted for review.
Yeah. So yeah. I do think, this whole back me bro thing doesn't bother me too much. I actually I did have a butted heads a little bit the other day with Shane Davis. I had to push back on something he claimed. So he made it sound like he was disappointed with FMC in some way, and I was like, I don't remember you having a campaign on FMC, but
No, he
you
never
know,
used FMC.
he's never used FMC. He's always
No.
used Nine Lives, and so
Yeah,
this
he's
is
never
now
used
back me
FMC.
bro.
So I don't know how you could be disappointed, but
Well,
I stay out of it. I don't care. I don't
but
care. We're
I
doing
I
fine.
just said, but good luck with your website.
Yeah.
More the merrier. There's people that tried to create an artificial conflict between Back Me Bro and FMC, and I kind of quashed it and just said, more the merrier.
Yeah, we don't care.
We don't care.
Honestly, yeah, we don't care. I don't care. It's not a big deal.
It is not.
Um,
It just is totally not.
I mean, everyone's trying to make a book, and put it everywhere you want. I don't
Well,
care.
I mean, I know how they operate. I know that they like to create conflict where there is none because that's their model.
Well,
Um,
that was a model for a while. Conflict sells, but I just don't
well,
know that that's accurate for today.
well,
People are sick of it. People are over it.
when you got such a narrow group of backers, and when they're united, we were able to do amazing things. But since they all split off into their all smaller little
Yeah, it's
fiefdoms,
splintered. It's all very fractured now.
yeah, and it didn't have to be. That's the bad thing about it.
Yeah.
But I think eventually the people that I see some things kind of. I see a core that's reforming, and it's reforming around the right things, and away from the personalities, and I think that's going to be very healthy for the future
So
if it
if you
comes
go to the
together.
Fund My Comic page right now, I'm going to show this.
Okay.
Um, I should be closing things down, but uh, I'm just having fun chatting. There's still people watching, so there's actually more people watching now than when we started.
Yeah.
We have Cecil's Cash Grab 2, and
Yeah.
right next to it is the Spectacular Scumbags issue 1. Obviously, this is pro-Trump on the throne, and this is anti-Trump on the throne. And they're back-to-back right here
Back
on
to
Fund My
back, yeah.
Comic. And it's fun, and that's great. Um,
Well, I mean, me when I promote FMC, I keep having to tell people that we take anybody and everybody. That's what free speech is. Free speech is not curated speech, and
yeah.
that's where Indiegogo and Kickstarter screw up so much.
And,
Is
one of the things I really want to do is continue to invest in upgrading the website.
yeah,
But there's a lot of work, like a lot of money that goes into it.
yeah,
And right now, I felt the best thing for us to do was to reduce the platform fee
yeah.
as low as we could for people.
Mhm.
Right now, even with some of the I don't know how I want to say it. There are some things about the site that aren't where I want them to be yet as far as functionality goes and
Right.
features. Even in the state that it's at, I feel like it's better to use it as it is there at a
Right.
lower fee to keep more of your money than for me to charge more and start to fix those things, right?
Yeah.
Because I think it still operates and works better than maybe Indiegogo does sometimes at the full 5% that they charge.
Well, I've told people, I've been telling people that a lot of our upgrades are to the back end of everything, so it doesn't
Yeah.
crash, and
Yeah.
and so we have a more stable platform, because it is so when the rush of people start coming to FMC, we're not going to have a gigantic crash like a lot of these websites have had when
Yeah.
traffic has increased. And so if we have a runaway hit, we're going to be able to take all the upgraded traffic. But that's been the priority, is to basically do the upgrades and the nuts and bolts. But we're going to get back to the bells and whistles eventually. But I mean, right now it's very functional, and it's working out okay. And
Yeah.
I think a few people would like. I think some of the improvements that we're making to fulfillment, you know, operations is definitely going to pay off.
You know, and
But
honestly, a lot of those are the most expensive ones
yeah,
because it's like 50 hours,
I
you
know.
know, and you know, development hours like $200, right? So it's like, you know, if you do the math,
Yeah.
it's a lot of freaking money
Well,
just to have those things done.
well, I
Now,
mean, I
people are
wish
making a
Shane
lot of
and
money from the
Johnsy the
site, but
best, but I remember
yeah,
that he claimed this before they was going to do this before, and as soon as they ran into trouble, Shane immediately backed off of it and made it a private, made it back to his own like website. And so I mean, there's a lot of headaches in FMC, a lot of growing pains that
yeah,
you've had to endure and you've had to work through that he hasn't hit yet. And while you're just stubborn enough to handle it, I don't know that I don't know if he has the dedication to it. We'll have to see.
yeah,
But this was your only thing, but he was making big
yeah.
numbers with his.
Yep.
So
So yeah, this is it. This is what I'm doing for others.
right,
You know, I imagine it'll be up forever. You
right,
know, I won't say that it will be. I mean, there may be a day when I'm like, you know what, traffic is low, people aren't really using the site, and you know, I always believe in a free market. And if the free market decides that FMC
right.
is not necessary, then FMC won't exist. But as long as the free market continues the website and say that, hey,
Well, if
we want
anything,
this,
FMC needs to
then we will
exist
use it.
more because of Indiegogo shenanigans. Benjamin Soto says my phone is full of embarrassing photos of myself making faces and poses for
I saw
reverence.
that. Yeah.
Yep. And yeah, Levi says I think it's fairly obvious and who's backed and promoted FMC. Some people never got behind it. That
Yeah.
is a true fact. And of course, they're revising history now that we're 3 years on. I don't think there's an
Well, you know,
anti-FMC
people didn't think that we
agenda.
were going to make it 3 years.
No, they did
They didn't
not.
think we were going to make it 3 years, and so
There was a
but here we are.
lot of claims made that have turned out to be false.
Yeah, here we are. Things are still going.
Yep.
Things are still stable.
So I don't think there's
Um,
an anti-FMC agenda. I think it's people who were so used to IGG they wouldn't let it go, and that's what BMB seems to be, the old IGG site. Yeah, that's exactly what Yanzi said. If they're trying to create the old IGG with some enhancements or something, but
yeah.
once again, the idea is a lot different from the actual
But their
administration of it.
market's already limited. So here's the problem with, and I may get some people hating on me on this one, and
Okay,
some people are going to clip this, and this might be some fodder for their late night shows or whatever.
it may be.
But you know, this whole, you know, the Comicsgate thing has been almost hurtful
Yeah,
to some of their market because they focused so much on that. And at one point, the movement was huge,
yeah,
but there was so many shenanigans that just sent so many people away from it and now out. And it just, the fan base that was
yeah,
super supportive of it has dwindled. That, like, you know, I love Shane's art. I love what he's doing.
yeah,
I love that he's got the Back Me Bro thing going on. Um,
Which
but
which
if
is
it's just focused
yeah,
on Comicsgate people,
right.
it's probably it's gonna. I think it's gonna have a shelf life, to some extent,
Yeah.
because I'm seeing more and more people kind of move away from this dedicated loyalty to that
Well,
into other areas, and they're
looks like
realizing that.
Graham Nolan. Back when I was in contact with him when I talked for FMC. It was like second year or something, and it was a viable option. And I mentioned that I asked him why he hadn't used FMC yet, just curious, and he said because they hadn't had their first six-figure campaign, and and
True,
uh,
we still haven't.
but then he
Close.
decided to take a shot on us, and he was very happy with his experience. I think
Yeah.
Mike Barron might have talked him into it or something.
Oh yeah, Mike's great, man.
Mike's
Mike
our
is
biggest
great, but
advocate, definitely.
yeah, I mean, and I'm not one of those anti CG guys, and I'm
Right.
not, but by any means. But
Well,
I'm also very
CG,
realistic that like when you
we
just kind of
if yeah,
like
we'll
I
take
love comic
CG,
books.
we'll take Rippaverse people, we'll take
Yeah,
anybody that wants to,
I love
yeah,
comic books. My loyalty is to the things that make me happy in
absolutely.
comics. It's
We
not to
just
any
want cool stuff.
individual. Look, I'm a Christian. I'm a pastor, right?
Yeah,
Some of the stuff that goes on in these groups and these back rooms is very degenerate, and I can't associate with those things. I don't want to associate with those things. I don't
right,
want my brand to be, for people to think it's like, oh well. So I can't affirm some of those things that if you take on some of these loyalty tests that they do, that I
right,
can't affirm those things. I just can't. And I also can't suffer the back and the like, oh, I'm going to have a moral conviction about this,
right.
but I'm not going to have a moral conviction about this behavior
There you go.
based on who's the one that's doing it. Well, this person doesn't back me, but this person does. So I'm okay with their immoral behavior, but I'm
Right.
not okay with their immoral behavior. And I think it's stupid. And Tree
Well,
Goblin says anyone under 50 is gay. And I agree.
well, the only
Oh,
way,
wait, I'm under 50. Hold on.
yeah, well, the only way that this works, and I've had these discussions. The only way it works is if we take on all comers, and
Everybody.
if we basically everybody that comes to us has a clean slate. I don't care what they did on IGG. I don't care what they did on Kickstarter. And the biggest feedback we get is from people expecting us to treat somebody based on their track record on another website and things like
Uh,
that.
yeah. Or
But
like, well, they posted something I didn't like. And I'm like, well, nothing
well,
about their campaign is breaking our terms of service. I'm not
yeah,
policing everyone, and I'm not going to gatekeep.
right.
Let your wallet be the gatekeeper. That's kind of the way I look at it. And
Well, the thing about crowdfunding is you have to understand that you're not dealing with a corporation, you're dealing with a individual. And so once somebody gets on our website and basically they're it's up to them to fulfill it. It's up to them to take care of their business. And so and things happen to people. I've had books that were 2, 3, 4 years late, but I got the books
yeah.
eventually.
Well, one of the things that I think frustrates me the most um, about comic books and the fandom, the people are in it, that if I like something that you don't like, or vice versa, that somehow we can't still just enjoy the fact that we both like this geek stuff. That it doesn't matter. Like if I like the new Star Wars stuff and you don't, or if
Mm,
you like it and I don't care. Who cares? It's not that serious. It's all
right.
made up anyway. Um, we can just enjoy it, and I just believe in letting your wallet speak for you. And I don't think that, I think it's great that everyone is doing like individual fundraising and stuff again.
Yeah.
It's just like home studios,
Mm-hmm.
how it took all the power, and right now how streaming is taking the power away from the record labels. I
Yeah.
love that. I love how crowdfunding has taken the power away from the gatekeepers at Diamond, so that now they're
Yeah.
bankrupt, right? And I love how all these other small platforms are taking the power away from the gatekeepers at Kickstarter and Indiegogo.
Yeah.
So if there's no, like, it just removes the barriers for people to be able to be creative and do what they want to do.
Well,
I think there's enough money out
especially
there
with
for all
AI
of this.
coming in, people are going to
Yeah.
are going to be desperate for authenticity. The mainstream's going to go all in on this AI thing, and everything that's going to be put out is just going to be so artificial and so
I've
derivative.
never actually even been to Back Me Bro.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's another one, like somebody else made one, and they do try to take shots at Fund My Comic, and I don't care
Right.
because they're doofuses.
Is it the Wheelers? I think they made one, didn't they?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the thing about it is the
website's clean.
The approach I've taken is basically like the more the merrier. I mean, we just don't want blue hair and blue-haired content moderators involved.
Yeah.
And the more websites that move us away from that, the better, And so,
Look, I could take away all of the everything and just let every campaign that gets submitted go through to automatic approval.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about that. Like, man, if I did that, it'd be chaos.
Yeah, it would.
It would be the, what was that old, not Reddit, it's worse than Reddit, 4chan?
4chan, yeah.
It would be the 4chan of comic book crowdfunding.
Yeah. There you go.
Like, it would be so bad. Yeah. So it requires some
Well, I mean,
moderation.
they say the smut has gotten so bad on Kickstarter that you can't even go through the comic book section when you got kids in the room. And
I haven't been to Kickstarter. I'm typing it in for the first time in probably a decade.
The first things
Feels
that come
like.
up, I mean, the first things come up is almost pure porn, from what I've been told.
Well,
I haven't looked at it for a long time.
So now the Kickstarter, it used to have other things on there, but now it starts out with art, comics, crafts, dance, design, fashion, film, food, games, journalism, music, photography, publishing, technology, theater. Right. So I don't even see like electronics and stuff on there anymore.
Well, I don't know. I think electronics have kind of moved on to their own thing. Because they were kind of like the big... I mean, Indiegogo went all in on electronics, and they lost their whole entire, creative end of everything. Just for the record, I'm
like
CG. I'm grateful for the FMC site. Appreciate what you've done for creators. I've used it exclusively for the past 3 years. Thank you, Benjamin.
We appreciate you, Ben.
Well,
I don't have
like
wheelchair. That's funny. Yeah, I don't have anything. I've worked with CG and CG for a long time.
Yeah.
I haven't come out and said why I was an advocate for CG.
Right.
At one point, I felt like it was a political thing that people were speaking against it, and so I came out and planted a flag over there.
Yeah.
Just to to make a point, and it worked.
Mike Wheelchair.
Wheelchair, yeah.
Tree Goblin is coming in hot today.
He really is.
Well,
he's on fire.
What people don't seem to understand, everybody's so in on these team sports thing that what they don't understand is we have a small market share to start with, and comics is not as much as it's been astroturfed. It's not actually a big fan base. And Marvel and DC failed to understand this, and they drove off what little they did have. And when you look at the publishing numbers, comics, Western comics, is not a real big piece of the pie. And so anything that slices that even further down we're on the margins here to start with, and so anything
Yeah,
that
comics
divides,
is niche, man.
it is very
Yeah.
niche, and so
I mean, yeah, you're not talking about a big market share,
no,
just in the market itself. You're not talking about a big market share here.
no, we're
So,
not.
yeah, it's stupid to like separate yourselves. I mean, there are
Yeah,
people that I disagree with that make great books,
I have yet
and
to buy anything. I've yet to buy anything from Ripaverse. And
I have.
I've not been. Nothing's blown my hair back that's
No,
interested me. But that it isn't because I have some loyalty or disloyalty or whatever. I haven't bought anything
no,
from CG either for a long time. From
no.
the bigger creators at CG. So
No, I have. I've bought a couple things. Um,
but I mean, there's just
yeah,
so
I've
much
bought a
cool.
couple
There's
things.
so many cooler, smaller creators that can use my dollar. I
Yeah,
just
but I'll be honest, I haven't bought a lot of anything right now.
Shinu
I haven't had
77
the
is
money.
probably the only thing from a bigger creator that I've bought in the last little while, and that's just
I'm just gonna.
because Graham is
I'm just gonna be
such a
fair.
cool dude.
I haven't had the money.
Yeah, I haven't either, not really.
I just have not had the dollars to spend.
Well, I'm
Um,
about 4 pages out from finishing my comic, and so all my
yeah.
money's kind of going in on that. Then I'm going to I think me and RJ are going to have a big discussion. What they're doing at Critical Blast, some of the stuff I've seen come out of him here lately has been very impressive. So,
Yeah, man, he's really stepped up his game.
oh yeah,
Um, I like working with working kind of outside of comics and getting
yeah,
away from it because when you're in it every day,
right.
um,
Gets
it
very
just it'll
myopic. Gets very myopic.
yeah, and it'll disappoint you. Um, Comics will break your
Comics will
heart.
break your heart, kid.
Yeah. So it's nice to get away from it for a bit.
Yeah,
But we're doing the church plant, and so a lot of my extra money just goes to that.
oh yeah,
So we're pouring a lot into that right now,
oh
um,
yeah,
and there just isn't. Which things are changing there. So we're actually moving out of our storefront, and we're going to be going and doing church at a
mm,
local. It's a low income housing place called the
yeah,
Towers. So we'll be over there doing church in their rec room,
mm,
and so we'll be doing that for a little while.
right.
So we'll save some money there, but you know, I think it's the only reason why I'm looking at the insurance job because I know you can make some money on insurance.
Yeah,
You can make some
oh
money
yeah,
selling insurance. Because it'd be nice, to work 8 hours in the morning and then come home and draw comic books and you know,
there you go.
be able to
Well,
do the things I need to do. Yeah, it'd be
at
great.
the end of the day, the reason I started FMC Arena is I want to. Um, I'm seeing a lot of starting to see a lot of shows start doing promotion again, and I think it's gonna like really start to ramp up. We've got a show, the studio with Don, and for however long he does it, he's actually doing a FMC Spotlight show,
Oh,
and
nice.
so there's a few shows that I'm seeing that are like our friend Craig from Canada.
Yeah.
He's doing the Friday nights. They do an FMC spotlight too.
We
So
used to promote here, but we don't do that anymore.
no,
And I'll be
well,
honest with you, the creators caused that.
yeah,
The creators did that. Yeah, the
well,
creators caused that problem. But hey, I hate to cut you off, but
yeah,
one earbud just died. The other one
no
is
problem.
just about to.
All right, all right.
So
Well,
I've
thank
got to
you
get
all
off
for
here.
coming and
Yeah.
enjoying the bacon. And
Yep. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with us for so long. Thanks,
come back
Funny.
7 o'clock tonight
Yeah,
for
we'll see.
FMC Arena.
Hey, guys, be careful out there.
Let's be careful out there. Let's be careful out there. We had a 187 at the 7-Eleven on the corner of 4th and Main. of the male persuasion for the bullet through the cashier's brain. Moving on, I see it 211, half a dozen 459, 280 W's a GTA, several miscellaneous crimes.